We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Aldrich Rosas, the Giants kicker, ready to go. And here we go from MetLife Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Call it a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say... It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Now Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alec Ogletree in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim, 39 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Leopard! Hey. 4 down.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They were in the 4-3. Mike linebacker made a great tackle.
And when that happens, generally it means that the guys up front, the 4 down defensive linemen, have absorbed all the blockers and allowed him to run free to the football. He ends up with a textbook tackle.
Again, it's Barkley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Lauletta now to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They're going for it. It's Lauletta. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Giants are going to get the football back. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Lauletta to throw. And that is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth.
Watch him now, Barney.
Here's Lauletta. They are going for it. Looking for Shepard deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that one results in 35 yards. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. To throw is Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. Running with Elliott. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. All right, here we go. Green 39.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense. And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
He finds Beckham complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. A first down carry for Barkley. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 76 yards. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kareem Martin in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Prescott now on second down. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up. They still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A first down throw for Prescott. Set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Third and long for Prescott. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. William Gay, the one who was there defensively. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now Prescott. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flushed out right. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Rosas True Blue on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. Finding room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the end zone, Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dayton Jones able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
They'll run with Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. On second down, here's Barkley. And some room to maneuver. Look at the dance and the juke. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The pitch goes to Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's to the 10, and he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Well, they need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Lauletta. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Here's Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jeff Swaim, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
It's Barkley on the counter. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going to score.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On second down, Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 25 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Prescott. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it pat.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, the 20, 10. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 73 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He's going to get it running right. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Kareem Martin in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is all 30 yards downfield after that play.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Now it's Lauletta, and it's caught for 2 points. Very interesting way to end this one. They add on a couple extra that they really didn't need. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Look, I defeated my fears, soaked the towel of my tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my chin check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to father my peers, all of my peers for all of my years. Out in the field, take a look at my shoes. Never had a thought that it might lose. Considering the cost, how to give them my dues. Never got a talk to it like. That's a piece of gum. Now, look at me, I'm the captain now. I'm recruiting this year. I be praying for y'all while I'm praying for y'all. Like a lot of views in this deer. I hate to do it with no plans. Now I usually get near. Oh, my ex are her man. Cause I'm the mutant in here. We look good, just show us where the camera. Years ago, I had to up my standards. Make your missus Alabama. Turn it to my only private. Swear like she don't got the answers. Who's the boss? I feel like Tony Danza. Walk up in there like I got the swag. What kind of swagger? I'm the blackest panther. Wakanda. Y'all are wasting your time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime. Might do some favors, but I ain't breaking my spine. It's been calling for days. I get in all different ways. That New Orleans parades. Yeah, we like, none of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation. Y'all all with it and y'all talk a lot, but y'all ain't got the heart to do the mission. I'm hard-headed like the juggernaut, but there ain't nothing I can do to listen. I'm authentic and I walk around like I just ate, but let you do the dishes. I'm Clark Kent, but mix of Autobots and mixed with everything that you've been missing. Please get back and don't get that involved. Freaking sick, I need a pad of walls. I'm the king, heavy crown, heavy rain, cat and dogs. Homie with me if you're asking for it. There ain't much that he be asking for. He just wanna have a paddock on with a watch face with little dragon balls. Look, you don't need me either. All I need is this. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. You be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You could be the man of your city, I'ma be the man of my country. Been calling for days, I get it in all different ways. New Orleans parades, yeah, we like, and none of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation, get no invitation, yeah, we like, calling for days, I get it in all different ways.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how you guys are going to block it. They want to know.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And he will score. Touchdown. Vikings. A great effort there. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Forbath, the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Forbath out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On second down, Mayfield again. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Left side complete. That's Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. To throw, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter. Able to run him down for a loss of about 20 yards. Third and long for Mayfield. Being chased out left. He's going to look deep now for Lamb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Following the interception, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen, and that's caught inside the 30. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 43 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the ball.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down, Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him at just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way. They have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1 that was denied as he tried to get the second one.
On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph There to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly. Then it closed fast.
Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Now a handoff, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Second down, Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. Oh, now he bowls him over, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a second down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware that may come your way.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Robinson, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
The right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On second down, Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Again, it's Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Emmanuel Agba in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on
Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run it again with Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Third and long for Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Gets around him. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there out of Cook. 47 yards on the ground.
Oh, yeah!
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run again on 1st down. Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
Now a run with Cook. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Now Cousins. Forced out, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Now Forbath for the extra point. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on first down. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. On first and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is when you're a young quarterback.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Mayfield to throw it. Incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2 two-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you know?
I don't need enough It's an elephant.
Well, if you do, you do it one bite at a time. Okay. That's the way they've got to play this. One play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. One bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made it.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Cousins now on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. Emmanuel Agba able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Leopard!
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Mayfield, dancing to his left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there, making the tackle, and not giving up 2 points themselves.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. Throwing here, Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Fights through at the 5. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Like that.
Now Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And his throw is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here trying to preserve the lead. Now Mayfield. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hey, flipper, flipper.
Cousins here to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
To throw is Cousins. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now Cousins on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now a desperation throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Going right, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
Look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me. Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. What the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy, back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Pop up. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of our fire fin you.
I sound it.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Washington Redskins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, Smith. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and in. Complete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He finds Perine out of the backfield. A gain of 8 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Now it's Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
3rd and 2, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith, eluding the pressure right. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Here's Smith. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now Smith, buying time to his left. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down, but they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So you're a boxing guy. How do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I go with a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Breeze now on 1st down. This is intercepted. It's off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Back to throw, Smith. He's got Thompson here, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now Thompson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. We'll give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They run it here with Thompson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now Smith on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because of one...
Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
Smith. And Davis with it left side. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Hey, on.
To throw is Smith. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Alex Smith, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Breeze drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Breeze to throw on second down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Breeze now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, open is Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Throwing now is Breeze. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On third down, here's Kamara. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Out to the left here to Reed. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Smith on first down. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, John.
They'll run with Thompson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Smith throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. And down inside the 15 he goes. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. In the middle of the ground attack here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play to throw on 3rd down. Smith being chased. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And some room to run now. And he's brought down after a good gain. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Looking deep downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. After the interception, here's Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a carry for P-Rod. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Got it.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Breeze. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now it's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Thompson. And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They snap it to Smith. 20. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 45 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, They'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Good. 5-4, ready.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On second down, Kamara. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, a rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Brown in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Redskins' defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. On first down, it's Smith. On the catch, it's Crowder. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On second down, here's Smith. Throw left side, complete. That's Richardson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first down, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Reed. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again is Smith. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Smith finding his big tight end, Reed, for a Redskins first. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And this one complete to Reed. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Smith finding Doxson that time for a Washington first. Throwing is Smith. Forced out to his left. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson from 4 yards out. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his...
And got his man complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. Breeze now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. It's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Breeze now. Flush to his right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Only able to make it to the 15 after the nice move. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best.
And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Davis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Here's Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Again, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, 40 yards. And this Redskins offense is running away with this one. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the posts. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I got to understand, you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when he snapped it from the 3. But from the 15... mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible.
36.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Ready. Waiting. Under. Big edge. 12. Mike. 12. 11.
On 1st down, Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Van Teo in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
3rd and long, it's Smith escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
Back to throw, Smith. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now Smith felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle.
And I think the ball's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this one all the way up to the 24. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Matt Ioannidis in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Throwing now, Smith. Dancing to his left. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Right side, Davis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
52. 35. Let's go.
Smith on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5.
Let's go.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. But so many times we look at a short.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And Davis with it left side. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit,
But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a gain of 31. One final try here for Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain.
The NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.
So what you want? Every day I struggle with
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now look at him go. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
Zebra.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Barkley. And some room to work. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 78 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go. Listen to me.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He's going to get it running right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Let's go.
Third and goal for Cousins. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And Forbath will put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Barkley. Room here to run. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 73 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Forbath to add the extra point. Forbath, the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Forbath out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll go to Barkley again. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Got to love what they're doing on offense right now.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From midfield, here's Manning. It's caught. Shepard. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Let's go.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Cousins now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they've got it to the 28-yard line. First down, here's Cousins, eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They'll run with Cook, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Play fake. Cousins. They'll roll him out right. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Saquon Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Manning to throw on second down. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Manning. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. A second down throw for Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
On second down, Cousins again. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Manning. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's go. Regular. There go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam. Regular.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the kick by Rosas is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Receiver.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Hey, go 56. 27's a Sam. 27's a Sam.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figured the offensive side, they said, well, there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. To throw, it's Manning. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Two.
On third down, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Kareem Martin in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. He's going to go for a big play. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
A handoff to Barkley. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go. Zebra. Regular.
Throwing now is Manning. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. And even 40 yards.
You know as well as I do, it's really important to get Odell Beckham Jr. involved early. And that's the first time that Eli Manning was able to find him, and we're in the second half.
You think he and Eli maybe had some words on the sideline? Hey, let's get on the same page.
Without a doubt, because they know that kick starts their team. That gets them going. And now they have to do it again and again as we go down the stretch.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
27's to Sam.
Here's a give to Barkley, and they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got room. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
Let's go. 56. 27's to Sam.
It's Barkley on the counter. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On the run, it's Barkley. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, Jonathan Stewart. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. Now they'll throw it with Manning. Escaping the pressure, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line, Anthony Barr leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Gun.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
Here's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now Manning, gotta have this one. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Daniil Hunter able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Eli Manning taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Cousins to throw. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Giants. 67 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth, now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Lets it fly for Thielen. And got his man complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Let's go. Two.
Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
28.
Now Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with 8 seconds remaining. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Forbath, the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. One final try now from Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.
I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day. Good Lord, mama praying on the knees all day. If you still frontin' when I up it, I'm a bad companies, bad for your company. Bad companies, bad for your company. In the ski mask, in case you come for me. Got it in the ski mask, in case you come for me. When I say I got beef, they don't want no beef. When they say they got beef, they don't want to eat. If you say they want, they don't want no steam. She put it on it. Had a bachelor's degree, PhD while selling, fix the face and fix the weed. Now working on the self-esteem. Hit a block, yo this flop. Where you at? Pin it. My new map location be the flop on the app.
Money and company, no, baby. I don't need no the company. Ice on my neck and it's froze. Santa's reindeer. You got bad. It's the same here. Bad company, little bro.